Hello, friend. How are you? As usual, I brought you a beautiful story with simple words to practice your English. A story that I read in a book. The story is about a man who had to choose between his wife and his mother. Enjoy the story and catch as many words as possible. Here's what he said in the book. I lived with my mother. She made my food, cleaned the house, and took care of me. Life was simple and good. One day, I got married. My wife came to live with me and my mother. At first, we were all happy and everything was fine. But soon, my mother and my wife started to quarrel. My mother didn't like my wife, and my wife didn't like my mother. They started fighting a lot. One evening, I came home late from the fields. I said, "Wife, I'm very tired. Please bring me some water to wash." But my wife didn't answer. I called her again. "Wife," I called out, "I'm hungry. Where's my dinner?" But my wife didn't answer. I felt upset. "Why won't you answer me? What's wrong?" I asked. She started crying. "It's your mother," she said. "She hates me. She argues with me all the time. She calls me stupid and lazy. She even says, 'Why did my son marry you?' I can't live with her anymore," my wife said. I looked at her. She was beautiful, and I loved her. "Please, my love," I said. "Try to be patient. She's old. She will not be here forever." My wife shook her head. "I can't cook dinner when she's here. She keeps saying, 'Do this, do that. That's wrong. That's bad. It never stops.' I didn't know what to do. "She's my mother," I said. "This is her home too. I can't ask her to leave." My wife looked at me and said, "You have to choose. Do you want to live with me or with her?" "You can't have both of us," my wife said. That night, I went to bed hungry. I lay down but couldn't sleep. What can I do? I thought. How can I choose between my wife and my mother? My mother loves me. When I was a child, she fed me and cared for me. But my wife is young and beautiful. I love her. I can't live without her. The next morning, my wife asked, "Well, husband, have you chosen? Do you want your mother or me?" "I want both of you," I said. "You can't have both of us," she replied. "Kill your mother. She's old and she will die soon, but I'm young. We love each other. We can have many happy years together." "Kill my mother," I said in shock. "What are you saying? How could I do that?" I went to work in the fields all day. I thought about my wife and my mother. Maybe my wife is right, I thought. My mother is old. Her life isn't as valuable now. I'll take her up the mountain and leave her there. Then my wife and I can be happy together. I went home. "Well," said my wife, "have you decided?" "Yes," I said. "I have chosen you. Tomorrow, I will take my mother up the mountain and leave her there." "Good. Now, bring me some water," I said. "I am tired and need to wash." My wife quickly went to get the water and brought it to me. "Now," I said, "give me my dinner. I am hungry." "Yes," said my wife. "I have made all your favorite food. When your mother is gone, I will cook it for you every day. The next morning, I woke up early. I went to my mother and said, "Mother, we are going on a trip today. I will take you up the mountain. It's quiet and peaceful there. You will like it." My mother looked at me with surprise. "But I am old," she said. "I cannot climb the mountain." "Don't worry, Mother," I said. "I will carry you." I picked her up gently and started walking up the mountain. At first, my mother was happy. "This is so nice of you, my child," she said. "I haven't been up here for so many years. It's lovely to see these places again." I didn't say anything and kept walking. I kept walking up the mountain with my mother. The road was steep and the climb was hard. Finally, we reached the top of a high cliff. My mother spoke softly. "I know why we are here. I understand what you want to do." I froze, unable to reply. She continued, "Please, be careful, my child. When you push me, hold on to that tree branch. It will keep you safe. I don't want you to fall." I looked at her, shocked. "Mother, you know what I plan to do, but you are still worried about me. You still love me even after everything." She smiled sadly. "Yes, my dear. Only a mother knows this kind of love. One day when you have a child of your own, you will understand. Then you will know what it means to truly love someone." I set her down gently and sat beside her. I put my head in my hands and thought deeply. Does my wife love me as much as my mother does? I asked myself. No, she doesn't. I realized how good and kind my mother was. I had wanted to take her life, yet she still cared for me. Then I thought about my wife. She is cruel, I thought. She told me to kill my own mother. I loved her once, but not anymore. I stood up, made my decision, and said, "Mother, I will keep you by my side. My wife must leave. She does not deserve my love." So I carried my mother back down the mountain and brought her home. I told my wife to leave, and she went away. From that day on, I lived peacefully with my mother. She cared for me, and I cared for her. We were happy together for many years. The story has ended, but I have one question. Did the man in the story make the right decision about his wife?
Thank you for watching. Like, share, subscribe for more videos.